Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo. This is the Imperial British campaign. Thank you very much for joining me, and in this episode I will not complain even once about my middle mouse button because I have rebound it to mouse 5, so we should be okay to pan around the map with reckless abandon. Killed some enemy destroyers there, that's good. Losing quite a few convoys, but we're working on that. I'm going to start trying to remember to use the shortcuts for these menus. We are building a whole bunch of CVs, carrier vehicles. What does the V stand for? in the aircraft carrier American ship designation system? CV. Combat vehicle? I don't know. Yeah, once those finish, we're going to transfer all of the factories and, of course, all of the steel from those onto projects new. But the immediate interest, of course, lies down here. We have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to attack a totally undefended front that doesn't have to begin with a naval invasion, that does begin with some really good, pretty successful supply lines once you get over the fact that they run all the way across India. And we're in a good place to try and rush capitulate Bulgaria. We also have a lot of the Italian and German forces tied up over here, and we know that we have seriously weakened the Italian forces in the huge encirclement that just got carried out. We have eliminated huge portions of their strength. So we're going to commit to this attack quite dramatically. And one way I intend to do that is I'm tempted, sorely tempted, to deploy my entire tank army to this offensive. I think I'm not going to take the whole thing, but I'm going to take almost the whole thing. What have I done? There we go. Did I assign you to the right place? No, I did not. Did I put some in here? No, I did not. Okay, good. So here's 8. There's the right 8, yeah. These guys, as well as their general, maybe, he's getting there on Panzer Leader, are gonna come and join. We'll have them under, I think this army is the one that we sent. Yeah, so these guys are gonna hop over here. And where have they gone? There they are. 8 is too many. No, 8 is exactly the right number. No, it isn't. It's too many. Okay, so you two can stay behind. We'll go with one in the north, one in the south. And these guys, those of them that can come to Istanbul with a full army of 24 tanks. The time is not yet right for Mexico. Mexico, how's your legitimacy, by the way? Have I managed to drop it enough with this lot? No, 86. So one more, it is time for them to return. It's not time yet. Might be able to get me their navy. And they do only have 4 ships, but, you know, I would like them. They're pressing them back slowly here. The Americans, let's see how many, the Americans haven't been present in Europe yet. Almost at all. How many men do you reckon they've lost? Place your bets before I show it. 11.7 million. Jesus Christ. And what have they lost it to? Yeah, 6 million lost to the Mexican junta. 2.6 to Italy and 2.4 to Germany. The Confederate States of America, who of course they are now the Confederacy of American States, who previously fought the Confederated States of America. Jesus Christ. Looks like we're seeing off these German subs here without too much trouble. Yeah, so we are using quite a lot of supply here. We'll probably want to weed out the bad infantry, at least to start with, into the next supply zone, which I think is Izmit, right here. Is that right? Yeah, good. And then when the tanks show up, get the rest of them on their way. We'll see how much the supply we use. We might go with a full tank front line. It's of course possible that the Turks will refuse to join the war after joining the Allies, but I think that's unlikely. We'll see. We'll see, I suppose. We've got a huge steel shortage right now. Fortunately, almost all that's doing is slowing down sterling production right now. Is there more aluminium I could be importing? There is. Let's just import all the aluminium we can and then use it. We're improving relations and boosting our party popularity in America to get them to get a little bit more trade relations with us, so we can import more and more goods from them. So we've got 64 spare. Why are all these going red again? I think I just have to wait for the daily tick for that to sort itself out. There we go. Good. So, if we were to put some more on Spitefuls and Tempests. Let's see. There we go. Now we have an aluminium shortage. We don't want to have a shortage, of course, so we'll go just slightly lower. Something like this. There we go. Now just a few more on there. I really want to make min-max this. There we go. Now we're using all the aluminium we possibly have available. 827 aluminium currently being used. Jesus. That's a lot. We have some resistance down here in La Mancha, growing by 0.2. Ready to move. So I'll grab just slight overkill numbers of cav. Come and get that under control. Just La Mancha? No, also Azerbaijan, but that's because my military police haven't yet arrived. Fair enough. Okay, so let's see how supply gets here once the other tanks show up. We'll probably start having a problem, but we'll have to deal with that. I'm also going to want all these guys ready over here to provide air-dropped supply. I'm going to want some of these planes, but I'm loving the casualty ratios that we're seeing over Spain right now. So maybe we don't divert planes from there. Maybe instead, wow, we divert some of these highly experienced veterans from here to operate in the region. So you're going to be operating over Greece, but don't show your hand yet. We don't want the Axis getting tipped off and deploying their planes to the area before we are fully ready to deploy there. We're still maintaining control over the Med because they're not deploying their planes there. They seem to be deploying 100% of the plane strength that they can afford right here over Iberia. We will do more ground crews because the crushing damage that we're inflicting here. We are losing about the same rate over the last few days, but over the last month, we've killed 2,500 of their fighters for 1,600 of mine is a very good deal. And their aluminium situation can't be great, right? I mean, they do have all the Soviet Union. Yeah, they are producing Christ tons, actually. Where is Italy producing 600 aluminium? Excuse me? Oh, France is really aluminium rich, isn't it? Yeah, there's a lot of aluminium in here. Well, we'll see what we can do. Is there any aluminium? Good lord. Aluminium. Yeah, there's some in Greece that we would like to seize for ourselves. Taking it off Italy, of course, being the bonus prize there. Yeah, not a great deal of supply here, but if we can perhaps Thessaloniki, bring in some more there. It's an okay airbase, naval base rather, at least. We're slightly oversupply here. Is that just because we've got? Can't just be these guys moving through, can it? Let's move the tanks out of that region. That would definitely help. I do want a few to stay behind though, so we will split that tank army slightly. Sorry about the sirens. Alright, you get back here. There we go. Good. If we take out 5 tanks from that region, that should be plenty. Did I see a broken line? No. No, we're all good. This fight, obviously, going handily in our favor. Yeah, they're not even really committing to the offensive. Good. Alright, where are my tanks at? Here they are. Just getting there. Just getting there. And we'll see. I mean, I don't know if they're going to accept the call into the war. We'll see. It is because they've flipped democratic that they are actually now willing to join, I suppose. As a democratic nation willing to join the Allies, I feel like they should be willing to join the war. But I suppose we will see. I'm tempted, given the total lack of enemy major fleet presence in the channel, I'm gonna put the main fleet on hold, and I'm going to take all its light cruisers and all its destroyers away. I'm gonna split them in half, and I'm gonna have them perform convoy escorts, just to try and increase the number of ships we have present for our convoys, basically. I'm also going to split up my convoy escorts a bit. Well, no, because we're not being hit in too many places at once. I don't think that's the issue. You guys can just continue doing your exercises. The large ships, that's fine. Okay, what do we got here? Got some screens. I'm just gonna... Well, I don't want to throw them into this. This is a proper fleet. But this one could actually be made into a proper fleet pretty easily. Let's make sure it's set up right on reinforcement. Yeah, it is. Good. What are you? Just a screen. Yeah. There we go. What happened there? The screens all got separated out for some reason. But you're not... You shouldn't be set to auto-reinforce. Just accept these guys into your ranks. Good. These guys are going to come over. They are bad, some of these ships, so we might take some damage. We've got some very early screens with very bad convoy escorting abilities, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, that's too many. 10 tanks. One more. Let's have a look. There we go. Okay, we're right at the limit there. I do want a mixed tank, non-tank distribution because I need some people to stay behind, you know, have some decent org, decent defense, as well as those high breakthrough units. Okay. We've got a lot of planes present, ready and waiting to fly over Greece. Let's take a look here. That's about right, although we should have another 200 fighters here. I am going to cannibalize a few here just to operate over the Aegean. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's do this thing. Okay. Turkey, welcome to the faction. Let's take a look here. They've accepted, and, moment of truth, they will not accept. Because they're protective towards Spain. What? Democracy being called into an offensive war? What are you talking about? Did we declare the Second World War? I don't remember that happening. Well, what we'll do is we'll leave our men here. And if they do eventually join the war of their own volition at some point, we will have our men ready and waiting to deploy. It's unfortunate, though, because now I think the AI will notice this front line and start deploying people on it. Damn! All because... What do they got? 30 reasons negative. Oh, but they have just accepted a call to arms from Haiti. Not sure why they were more willing to do it when Haiti sent out the call. But there you go. Alright, all you guys. Hold. Stay here. Deploy to Greece. Excuse me. Stay here. They have to now fly back before I can actually give them the order. Okay. Well, you know, charge. Have at them. We're going to want to try and rush down these air bases as soon as possible. Fantastic. Well, that's a very good turn of events for us. If confusing. We will immediately try and take to the Danube as our preliminary offensive position. We can rush down this area, obviously, so much the better. We'll have the infantry moving into some rearguard positions. It's going to be a new supply zone here, so that's going to be excellent. Capturing Georgia, obviously going to be the weak point on our defense if we're basing it on the Danube there. Okay, our supply has suddenly got worse because our allies are here, but as we advance into other areas, we'll see that start to change. The Italians are, of course, rushing over here, but hopefully they won't be in time to stop us getting across the river. Good, they haven't been. So let's make sure these guys know. They're probably strat redeploying as well, so we should have a little while to react. If we can get to this mountain range, take up defensive positions there early, that would be really good. Okay, we're having supply issues, obviously, but as we overrun our way through, we should be able to get some decent positions. Again, they're all strat redeploying in. Okay, supply down here is fine. So if you guys want to move in, I mean, the ideal defensive position would be something like this in the west. Perhaps more like this would be excellent. Let's be seeing you guys right in here right away. We could base our offensive off just using the supply grace to push as far in as possible. That's it's certainly tempting. Capturing Sofia would be a big coup for us. So I will be pushing to try and accomplish that. These tanks need backup if they're to smash through here. Looks like they are pulling that off. One of you go further south. Perhaps an overrun there. If we're lucky. Okay, Sofia has fallen. Let's keep the advancement going here. You guys all moving? Yeah, good. And you guys, I am going to throw you in. We'll fix the supply afterwards, I think, is how I'm going to look at this for now. If this could be the new defensive line in the north, that would be even better. I don't have very high hopes for us pulling that off. These new tanks getting in here, of course, going to be highly useful. Not using the supply here anymore, so let's rebase those planes in there. I think I am going to weaken my CAS presence in Turkey. Is not really necessary. So how about a heavy CAS deployment over Greece, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and over the Balkans, 1, 2, 3, and yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then the remaining 9 flying from here over the Balkans. That looks pretty good to me. These naval bombers can fly out of roads instead of there. That seems fine. We have full radar coverage over this region. I am actually going to rush past the potential border here. What is this? Why is this going to Turkey? Does Turkey have a claim on this land? No? It's bizarre. I am going to rush for the capitulation here, because if we can get them to capitulate, that might sufficiently weaken the locals, such that we could actually break the Italians by confusing all their front lines and that kind of thing. You keep coming in here. Some tanks down here, some tanks in here. Good. Okay, someone needs to just clean this up. Let's have you do that. If we could get across this river as quick as possible. There goes Bucharest. Let's just keep the VP rush up here. There's almost no Italians defending up here, so if we can just crush through really quickly, get that capitulation, that would be great. You're going to need to go up here. Obviously, as soon as we make contact here, we're likely to see some Germans start to get involved. How are we doing on that capitulation? Yeah, only at 79%, even with all that we've taken. That's not superb, but you know, we will make do. Not going to break them there, it looks like. Perhaps here. Yep, that's more successful. Okay, we have broken them here. That's excellent news. How about now here from 2 directions? You guys should keep moving on. Keep moving on in. Keep the infantry on applying pressure as well. Obviously, we're at risk of encirclement in some of these places, but we will soldier on nonetheless. Empty provinces do have value. Take up the rest of the Danube. Okay, supply situation looking pretty good. We could perhaps afford to divert yet more troops from over here. We could certainly do with them. What about use military police? These guys as well. Yeah, let's bring them all. Bring them all. You can focus down here, which is obviously where we're facing the sternest resistance right now. And those extra 2 that I sent over should really be in. Should be in his army, so that we don't have overstacking penalties. Don't want those generals underperforming. I need to get used to using my mouse 4 to move around the map. Okay, breaking them there. If we could break them here, we'll pocket these guys down here. Let's apply some pressure there so they don't sneak in behind us. Just keep moving in. And yeah, we're going to need to be doing some frontline assignments with these guys so that they actually keep advancing. Because obviously we had them all unassigned so we could actually deploy them to foreign territory. We're not taking Sofia. That's a bit of a linchpin. Let's double back here. Put some more pressure on Sofia. Ah, Sofia has been abandoned. Better and better. Reoccupied, but with a seriously inadequate force. You head straight across there. That'll be fantastic. There's that pocket. Grab the victory point before heading south. Excellent. This is going really well so far. Obviously, I dare say. Okay, if you come down here. Good. This would be an okay defensive line as well. Not bad at all. You know, got the river and all that. You can get in here as fast as you can. Alright, get some more general bonuses on some of these tanks as soon as you're in Sophia. I'm going to have you support this attack, even if it's futile. Excuse me, come on, there we go. Just support this attack. The longer we can keep 30 whole Italian divisions pinned right there, that's going to be really useful. Come in from the north here. Come on, you've got to be able to break them. Thessaloniki is tantalizingly close. These guys are going to be able to support that attack. Yeah, it's going really well. Okay, you guys obviously all need to be on the front line. Give me that city. Give me that city and that port and that supply base. There goes Sophia. It's going to be great for supplying the region. A region which is already suffering from bad supplies. That's where I need it. Keep pushing them back there. Good. I'm amazed they haven't capitulated yet. German cavalry shouldn't be a problem, but they are, amazingly. Okay, it looks like they're all cavalry divisions and they're holding this guy back. He should have okay supply. Yeah, even with raiding problems in here. Ah, actually, speaking of raiding problems, we have control over the straits here now. So we need to... Oh, hello, we're finding the pride of their fleet. We need to redivert our shipping, our fleet deployment in this region. Something more like this. We do have a Christ ton of enemy mines here, and I've built 0 minesweepers, I believe. Unless... Did I put minesweepers on my miners? No, they just have mine-laying rails. Did I unlock naval minesweeping? In the end? No. Alright, let's unlock aerial minesweeping instead of sub-operations, and we'll be able to operate more effectively up there. Okay, we should, really should be able to break them right here. In 3 directions, they've got no org. Show me the break. And there, similar story. Yeah, good defensive line-ish in the north. We just need to get a tiny bit further. Obviously, this infantry line is going to start being just seriously stretched. Probably going to have to give up on holding Moldova and Bessarabia. There's quite a lot of factories in there, so I'm not keen on giving that up. How are you not capitulating, Romania? Right, well, I'll have one person rush north for that victory point. Some infantry can do a bit of a round robin. I want them to capitulate so that they, so we can remove a lot of their currently existing divisions. That's the only reason. It's not that, you know, I'm intending to hold all their land. It's just that I need their current divisions to go away. We did finally break them here. Now we should be able to break them here with support, with extra frontage across the river. And there's Thessaloniki under our grip. But remember, we've pushed this far before and we did not hold it. So the key is going to be, can we hold it? We can certainly afford to divert some men from this front, perhaps. Certainly, perhaps, is my new phrase. But do we have the supply for it? We do in some areas. Could work. You guys push in there. You guys in there. It's excellent. Excellent work. Breaking them there. Not managing to break them in this northern bit. Let's see if we can get into that victory point at least. Okay, here comes proper stern resistance in the north. No, we're gonna have to fall back now. Something like this. Gonna want to something like that. We obviously need to free these tanks. You two gonna want to hightail it down here, like so. We do want to capture this little section because it's a much easier defensive line if we can have that river incorporated into it. But we will see. Okay, they've actually abandoned the tile that we fought with them so hard over. Always a bit disheartening. Got them here, looks like. Nice. There's Thessaloniki. Grab that naval base. advance into the mountains. Those lovely mountain defensive positions that we held last time, even when terribly outnumbered and in a very bad situation. Generally on that offensive, those mountains served as well. Okay, we might be able to break them here, which would be nice. It would be a stepping stone to breaking them in the mountains adjacent. Okay, we did push back those enemy cavalry. We are now unfortunately going to have to just relinquish the hold on that area. Any tanks assigned here should be down here. There we go. Just get out of there, my dude. Get out of there. Okay, we will strat redeploy him down here. Good, we did break them here. Oh, and they've abandoned this tile. Let's grab them there. Okay. And perhaps here as well. Do I want to push further forwards here? Yeah, we want to be in the mountains. Let's pin them there. Give me a serious tank offensive here, please. Here, obviously, if we can get to this river, so much the better. Get you on the front line. Keep pushing in. Keep pushing in. Never stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Let's be having them. If we can cut Greece off from the rest, we can raid here and cause real problems. Yeah. Convoy raiders. Give me a Greek raiding pattern, please. I don't want to see any enemy supply reaching Greece. It's going pretty well. The speed of this attack has served us extremely well so far. Okay, you need to be in a plan. You should be able to hold there. Here, struggling a bit. Let's get got reinforcements arriving for it though. So here, not on the front line anymore, which is what I like to see. Supply-wise, we're now looking pretty darn good, so it's going to be acceptable for me to redeploy some planes. 6 there. 3 here. Start operating over the Western Balkans, which is where a lot of this combat is now going on. Some into Sofia to do the same. Seems good to me. Some here. And some here. Good. Okay, and in here, let's see if we can break them. I mean, they've got mountains and a lot of men. Yeah, no, that's not a good attack. Let's just make sure we hold these other places. We've got forests, and at least on some of these tiles to hold, which is nice. There we go, broken them there. Broken them there. Keep going across. Let's cut them in half. We're so close to cutting them in half down here. It's excellent, excellent work. Cutting into Albania. Is Albania in our faction? No, they don't exist right now. Even as a government in exile. Not currently on the field. Okay, we've got a lot more tanks coming in. These are the ones we've, of course, redeployed from... just be in one army. And you should be the tank leader. Yeah, good. Okay, we're still fine over here, I assume. Yeah, I mean, that's not ideal. Why is there only one guy holding that tile? But he is managing to hold it with his crazy fort levels and all that. Yugoslavia being liberated here. Greece being liberated here. It's darn good work, is what that is. Another airbase. Gonna fall under our control here. We could just push them one step further back here. We'd be in lovely defensive position from the north. More tanks coming in. Obviously, we're going to have some German units pushing in from the north, but I'm hopeful we can hold them. City, big river is a very nice indeed defensive position to hold. All right, well, I'm going to call it a part there. That was a very successful initial invasion out of Turkey. I am most pleased with that. They must give me control of Mauritania. There is steel there, and I want it. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been a great pleasure to have you with me. In the next episode, I think we're going to be able to retake Greece. We're going to cut their supply lines by land, and then we're going to crush them at sea with convoy raiding, and then we're going to wipe them out on land. It's going to be glorious. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.